Persok's trail is cold, to say the least.
Why can't you find him? There can't be that many of your people in the Direwood. He died when I was still a young girl. Forgot to mention that part, did I? I'm looking for his latest reincarnation, which could be anyone. How long have you been looking for Pirzok? 5 years. So you've been searching 5 years for a stranger you barely remember. Who could be anyone now?
That about sums it up.
Why do you have to find Pirzok? That's more of a campfire tale. I'm not quite ready to get into it. Then it must be an important duty.
So I keep reminding myself. Still, it would be nice if important duties came with clearer instructions.
She looks at the Adra figurine in the dirt. How does that statuette figure into it? She dusts the figurine on her trousers and raises it in her small, flat palm. It's carved in the shape of a bear, smooth and round. The polished Adra is worn in a dull mat along its arched back and ovid haunches. A soft glow emanates from within.
Cute, isn't it? It belonged to Persok. Before he returned to the wheel, he left a splinter of his soul in it. Something to help us find him later.
She holds it out to you. Feel a wisps of sensation, not quite memories, but traces of someone.
When I left Nasitak, it was completely dark inside. But as I've gotten closer to Persok, it's glowed steadily brighter. Since I've reached the Deerwood, however, it's gotten hard to read. Some days it flickers and goes dark. Others it shines nice and bright, for a few hours. But most of the time it looks just like this.
What will you do now?
I can tell you what I won't do again. Rely on miracle peddlers. It was some so-called watcher who sent me to this crossroads in the middle of nowhere in the first place. I was on my way out of the Balmarsh when I heard talk of a traveling mystic who could supposedly see souls. I knew it was a long shot, but what did I have to lose? I went to see this fellow and gave him the Audra figurine. He made a big show of moaning and rolling his eyes, and after I'd given him 5 golden dukes to lift the shroud, he told me to seek the crossroads in the field between the wolf's lair and the twining trees.
Go on.
He thought he was being vague, but I know the area well enough to recognize that he meant this place, right between Defiance Bay and Twin Elms. I had a bad taste in my mouth, but my coin was spent and I'd already left an arrow in his knapsack as a friendly warning. Told him I'd come back and leave him with another if it turned out he was giving me the runaround. I've been here a week now. Guess he had the last laugh after all.
May I see the figurine?
Why?
She looks at the Adra bear and then back to you. Her eyes narrowed. She already said why. I'm a real watcher.
You expect me to believe that? After the story I just told you?
You've got nothing to lose by letting me try.
Fine. But if you try to run, just remember that my arrows are faster.
She hands you the figurine, her chapped knuckles grazing your hand. She watches you examine it, wary but curious. You raise the Adra bear, turning it in the light. As your eyes catch a tiny glinting scratch, the scenery around you melts away. Standing on a cliff, overlooking the water, seeing through eyes that aren't your own, you catch the musk of beasts amidst the fresh scent of vegetation, and your heart beats a little faster. You have to watch your step up here. You look down just long enough to see the sharp, pale cliffs drop into the water hundreds of feet below. I see a vision of cliffs high over the water. Does that sound familiar? Your question is greeted with shrugs and silence. Return the figurine. I've got it. He's standing on a cliff.
What are you talking about? What just happened?
I told you I'm a watcher. She blinks at you a few times, calculating. I know this sounds strange, but it's the truth.
You realize I've got no coin to give you, even if I did believe you.
Come with me. I've got other business in the area, and we can look for Pierce Persock on the way.
And if this is your idea of a joke, you may be stuck with me for a while. Lead the way.
Yay, a new character. Sagani draws up beside you, her fox following at her heels, and takes a seat next to you.
Even if you are putting one over on me, it's nice to have a hunting party again.
You've been searching for we've already done this.
5 years for me. Must be 30-something for Itumok.
Hearing its name, the fox looks up. What an
It
adventure.
certainly started out that way. It's been a long hunt. A long time away from my family. Before, I'd crossed the tundra of Nasitok following caribou herds. I didn't want to leave Kalu and our children, but I was eager to visit lands my people rarely do. But 5 years without finding him. It's like 2 hours of necking. I'm ready to be done with it.
Why do you have to find Piersock?
Soul recovery is an old village tradition. We call it the Tarnek Elitsak. Once in a generation, we seek the soul of a much respected and long dead village elder. We tell him what's changed in the village, how people remember him. The only other Tarnek Elitsak during my lifetime happened when I was a girl, not long after Persock died. We feasted on blubber and fermented milk for a week, and we honored the chosen huntress as a hero. Then she left, and we returned to our duties. We still sang her name to the skies during festival season, but we otherwise didn't speak of her.
I'm sure your village still remembers you, Sangani. You're kind to say so, but I'm not so fragile that I need my name chanted in the meeting halls.
It's not being forgotten by my village that troubles me. But sometimes I wonder how my husband and children remember me, if they think of me often.
That must be
Still,
difficult.
there's no point in dwelling on it. More often I find myself wondering whether Persock will remember us. You claim to see souls. What do you think? Do you remember your past lives?
In fragments. Really? What's that like? I've been learning a lot about myself.
Good things, I hope. Maybe Persock will be the same way. Would make my job of telling him about the village a lot easier.
What would you tell him about your village?
Masuk is probably much the same as it was 100 years ago. We live between tundra and frozen forests, and the land takes as much as it gives. But our hardships bring us together. And the elders truly unite us. They keep the stories of past generations, and they guide us from season to season, through good years and lean.
Ichimuk brushes against her hip, and she scratches his head. Recently, they've been a lot of good years. My aunts say we've had fewer clashes with neighboring villages thanks to the hunting territories that Piersock helped establish. In bad years, we rely on trade with the merchants that pass our shores. We exchange walrus tusks and seal pelts for grains that last us the hard winters. Piersock brokered a lot of those agreements too. She holds up the bear figurine. He got this from one of the Amawa ships that used to trade with us. Sounds like Pearsock did a lot for your people.
That's what I'm supposed to remind him.
Sounds like you're on a hunt of your own, though. You feel the thrill of the chase or ready for this to be over. I enjoy the adventure. Every day brings something new. Refreshing indeed. We've got darkness on our side. Shall we move on? Let's go.
All right, then.
Let's see, where do we want to go? Let's just check this little black area. And looks like this map's complete. Now we'll see what kind of fighter is. Oh, good, she's a bow person. Ranged attack. So she can stay in the back also. Armor does she have? I don't really have anything to give her. We'll move her up a little bit. Right there. And
Ready, Watcher.
let's see what her behavior is. Class behavior. Let's do aggressive. And defend. No, aggressive. An animal opinion will be aggressive. Why not? We should do that on these
How
other.
may I help?
Set them to her rest abilities. You and oops.
Following your lead.
You just to see what it's like. I don't think anybody else needs it. Okay, let's go. And where are we going next? Stonewall Gorge. Or we could go back up to Caden New and go down into the caves. There's a few levels. There's quite a bit to do there still. Maybe after this. I kind of like exploring these maps. This is a big map too. Quagga Primordial. I don't think I'm gonna attack them yet. Look around a little bit more before I die. Feral Druid.
Brave the heart.
And he trapped me. was a decoy. Let's see how my auto selection works. AI. Oh, great. What is that? Big Kodiak bear. Nice. Keep going. You can... You can't heal. Let's see. Attacking him. Ouch. Die already. Jeez. Alright. He did way too much damage. It was... Let's see. That's not what I wanted. Do that. And some of this. That was a lot easier that time. Let's see. Some missile.
Lava.
You're the one that caused all the problems last time. You're lightning. Jerk. Another tooth. Here.
Good.
Now. See what we got. Anything good? Let's put it all away first. I want to give her something better, maybe. See a bow. $13 to $20. Fine hunting bow. Fast. 12. It's a little better. +4 accuracy. Accurate 2 +8. And this has 15% damage. Can I enchant this? Let's switch it first. $13, $20, $16, $12, $16. I'll leave it there. It's like we can 1 of 1. It has that. Corrosive lash. Plus 25% corrode damage. Let's do that. Oops. I can improve his armor. With the dexterity. Improve all of our stuff. Oh, you don't get nothing. Need some more crafting supplies. Saved it. Delum Gom. Let's have him come to
Brave
us.
thou Philothelim.
That's a lot to deal with. Sheesh. Ah. Where are we doing? This one's almost dead. Can't even tell what's going on.
What's up, big guy? We got you back.
Redo this.
Brave thou Philothelim.
I don't need. Let's see. I don't think I can get him. Probably get rid of these first, which is not easy. Let's see. Cast that. And then give some defense.
Yes?
You can cast this.
I'm here.
Cast that. Can transform. I can't. I still. What's going on with Eder? He's got all kinds of things on him.
Like worth and rock!
Oh, and I'm dead. Let's see.